getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dust at dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. Half my life's in books, written pages. Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me, it's just for the day. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
Miami's got the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. Hey, what do you say, Miami? You're talking Super Bowl. 'Cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one.
Welcome to VC, your host Fins Sammy, aka Fins Sammy, for my host Steve Hallett. Steve, welcome to the season premiere of Fins TV.
It's the season premiere, Sammy. It is amazing to be back right now as we get ready to step into week one of the regular season, games that actually matter. It's again, I say it every single time we get together. It feels a little bit different. This is the difference maker. The fact that in 5 days we will be seeing the Dolphins on the field in Indianapolis for the first time regular season since earlier in January. So really excited. Can't wait to get there.
Absolutely. Let's go straight to the headlines. There's a whole packed show today, so let's go straight to it. Let's go to the headlines. So On this episode, we're gonna talk about right now how it's right now for Tua McDaniel and the Dolphins. There are no excuses that we're nearing the end of the road. It's now or never for Tua and the Dolphins for sure, and for Mike McDaniel. Although the show, we're gonna have our friend of the show, Armando Salguero, is gonna be joining us to give us the latest on his season preview. We went up today on Outkick and other forms of media. So we're gonna talk about Mando as the NFL and the Dolphins. Also, we're gonna do our yearly season premiere tradition. Steve, we're gonna do as always every single year. We're gonna do the over under about the Dolphins, the winning, the Tyreek too. We are by now we do it every single year. It's basically the same. We do every single year. We do it just for fun. We're gonna talk so over under. So it's gonna be a pull pack show. So let's go straight to it. Let's start with how it's right now for Tua and the Dolphins. Well, Steve, no more excuses. There, we've been through I don't know, 25, 30 years of not winning a playoff game. Every single year. The rebuild went to hell because we can officially say that the rebuild failed. Chris Greer basically admitted that he's in a soft reset.
Somebody else said that last year, but I was called an alarmist. But okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Matt's not here to defend himself, so don't take shots at Matt, Steve.
I'm the one that said it. No, we're good.
By the way, our hearts go to our friend Matt at this moment here to passing to a moment with his family. So
absolutely. Thinking about you, Matt. You should be here with us.
Matt's not here to defend himself, so stop taking shots at Matt. But yes, you did. Right now, it is what it is. The rebuild for sure failed. Chris Greer basically admitted that they are doing a soft reset. The financial capacity of the Dolphins to do whatever they want is down the drain. That's not going to happen for a while. So, Steve, it is what it is. What are your thoughts on the current situation of the Dolphins? Is right now this season the Dolphins had to do. There's no excuses. They had to find a way to make the playoffs. They had to find a way to if they win a playoff game, so we're sure on the Sunday, but they had to at least to see some kind of way this season.
No, absolutely, Sammy. And first of all, I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't say that you knocked it out of the park again with your music, with the video. Well, here's the thing, Sammy. The nostalgia of a song like that bring me back to high school. It's just awesome because I can see myself doing the thing. It's just very, very cool seeing it tied into the now of the Dolphins. But it also harkens back to when Dan Marino was our quarterback and we literally did have a chance of wondering, hey, not only are we going to make the playoffs, but are we going to keep on winning through the playoffs? But really, no more excuses, no more trust the process. Just do it now. And I'm going to add one more thing to that. No more of the culture change. I don't want to hear about it. This is it. This is the culture that Greer, that McDaniel, that this organization, that Marino, Garfinkel, everybody has cultivated and created. This is what we have. There's no more ability to say, this isn't my team. I had inherited that player. I inherited this cap situation. This is the seeds that they have sown, and it's time to reap. And we're going to see what's going to happen here. But I don't want to take away. I know we got a huge, great panel tonight to talk about this. So I don't want to go in too much to it. But my biggest thing is no more talk. Don't sing it. Bring it.
Absolutely. And it's worrisome, Steve, because they regressed. They went from having an 11-win team to 8-9 last season. And probably we'll talk about the predictions on the over and under segment, but probably even less than 8 wins, if you ask me. So let's go straight to our special panelists and special guests tonight. Let me go over here. Let's welcome Shari Hallett of the Fins TV crew. I have to check why she's not on camera, but I'll find a way to get that right. And, of course, our friend Jason Sarney from the USA Today, George Albarran for the Fins Football Podcast, and Mr. Everywhere, Adrian Rainey from the Rainy Day Pod to Ruffles SmackDown and everything else. So, good evening, guys.
What's up, everybody? Hello.
What's happening?
Fins up.
Hello, everybody.
Shari's ready, so take it away, Steve.
Shari, want to hear from you. As you heard everything that Sammy said, it is right now. It is time. It's 2025, year number 4, Mike McDaniel. Where are we in terms of what Shari thinks with having to trust the process, what we have for excuses, what do you as a fan expect from this organization with what we have right now?
We are at the end of the road. So this is it. The road ends this year. So if McDaniel wants to stay on a path with the Dolphins, if Tua expects a future past the contract with the Dolphins, if we don't win my opinion is if we don't win a playoff game, it is over for McDaniel. That I wouldn't settle for anything less. Can we do it with the team that we have? I don't know. We need a line that's going to allow our Achane and maybe Ollie Gordon, if Achane's not in there, we need a line that's going to open up holes. We can't be in the low 20s for rushing yards in the league this year if we're going to make the playoffs. We need our defensive front to really come through to make up for what's lacking in the backfield, because I don't have faith in our D-backs to do what they need to do. So I want to see some more pressure up front. I want to see those plays maybe not even having the time to develop downfield, so we don't have to rely so much on that. But for me, and it's been this way for a long time, and I hate to say it again and again, if it all sits on Tua's shoulders. If he is not playing, it is over for everyone. That is my opinion. If he is not playing, you can call it. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if McDaniel wasn't gone halfway through the season. I'm not going to give you my prediction because that's for later, but I am not very optimistic, and I kind of like going in this way because this way I can't maybe get crushed as much as when I mean, yet last year I went in after the year before, oh so high and so full of just knowing this was it. This was our year. This is my time. My gosh, the last time I was at a playoff game in Miami was 2008, and when we played the Ravens and John Bon Jovi sang the national anthem, and it was just the energy, and it was the worst game. But we were in it. We were in it, and that is something that we just need to get there. Only now, unlike 2008, we need to go back to 2000, the last time we won a playoff game. We don't do that, it's over. We don't for McDaniel, and I'm okay with that. I loved him. I like his personality, and again, we'll say his personality won't matter if we're winning. So, Adrian, how do you feel about the road?
Well, I like what Steve said, man. And don't sing it, bring it. Like it's that time, man. You got your team built. Let's Tua, you need to be healthy. O-line's got to play well. The running backs got to, play well behind the O-line. Defense has to be, in my opinion, a top 10 defense with the front seven that we have. And I think we'll be all right. I don't feel like we playing for wins this season. I think everybody's playing for their jobs. And that comes with a lot of desperation. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I'm like all of us, we're optimistic, man. Hope they do well, but only time will tell.
All right, so Adrian, we got a couple minutes here, and because I know we have to stick to schedule, but explain to me real quick, what's the difference between playing for wins versus playing for jobs? Because in this, I equate that to kind of being the same thing, but come on.
I think desperation. I think Mike McDaniel's he's got the pressure on him that he's gonna have to coach his ass off this year to get this team to where they need to be, where they're supposed to be, in my opinion. But if he doesn't, then he's gone. So I think just the desperation factor is gonna, play a big part of this season going forward.
I like that. I respect that. That's fair. Sammy, I mean, what do you think? Think McDaniel's gonna be pretty desperate here, or?
Well, see, if you ask me, he's always been desperate. But the problem is that we talked about it so many times before. He's too smart to even save himself sometimes. He outsmarts himself. Every single decision he ever thinks it, and there's the failure. Jason, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the Dolphins right now, Jason?
Well, Chris Greer said it's a reset, and I believe him. It really, truly is. 83% of the roster under 30 years old, 41.5% of the roster in their third year or less. So, you know what? McDaniel has a young team that they need to find more leaders. They need to find who's going to be the absolute core of this team moving forward. And, while a lot of pundits don't really have high hopes for the Dolphins, I see them as very much either a 9 or 10 win team if things go right. And Shari, you're absolutely right. Tua Tagovailoa needs to be on the field 15 plus games. And if that's not going to be reached, this offense is a whole other animal. Now, him on the field creates opportunities for Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, and we need to see him healthy. The Dolphins did address glaring needs by bringing in 2 interior linemen on the offensive side of the ball in free agent James Daniels and in rookie Jonas Savaianaya. So you also double down on the trenches on the defensive side of the ball with 3 rookies, Kenneth Grant, Zeke Biggers, and Jordan Phillips, who for my money, I think is going to be one of the pound for pound, pick for pick, best defensive picks, not just day 3, a whole lot. Jordan Phillips is going to be a heck of a gamer for this team, and they did really well in other areas of the draft. You look at guys who are immediately going to step up, Ollie Gordon at running back and Jason Marshall Jr. as a nickel cornerback. They're going to throw these guys into the fire, and you know what? If they are contending for a playoff spot, kudos to McDaniel for getting them there. But again, I don't care about getting there. You got to get past there. It's been a quarter of a century since we've seen a Dolphin playoff win. So that's the bar. If that doesn't happen, they do have, I believe, a succession plan in place. Anthony Weaver's going to be a head coach in this league 1 year or not. So you know what? If things don't work out, you might as well hope to keep him in town if that's going to be a change of the regime, so to speak. So there's a lot of moving parts where the Dolphins need to get to 10 wins and advance in the playoffs. A lot of things have to go very, very right. But no one's going to tell me that they don't have enough talent on this team that if they stay healthy, they can get to that mark. So I'm interested. I'm not putting all my faith in that it's going to happen. But sometimes these are the years that the Dolphins happen to surprise people. You can go back to 2008, a year after that one-win season. So things like that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Things like that can happen.
Damn it, Jason. We don't have enough time, so you and I we've got to get on like a private offline Fins TV episode so we can hash this out, because I got to get you off that hopium pipe and bring some reality what 2008 really was. And 2008 doesn't happen if Brady doesn't go down with an ACL injury. That was an anomaly.
Hey, listen,
bottom line, we got gifted that. And then we shat ourselves all up and down the field in the playoffs. So
you make a good point. I mean, he got hurt. He got hurt week 1, right? Pretty much like right off the gate,
Yep.
But they did put something special together. Like, they didn't win 5 games. They won the division. So at least they were able to take care of business. I know the Wildcat was a little bit of a flash in the pan, but the point is, crazier things have happened, and there is talent on this team. But I'm not going to be doing the hopium this year, Steve. I'm going to be doing the realium. Like I said, I'm doing my best to keep realistic, but with a sense of positivity, as I tend to do.
I get it. I respect it. George, come on, man. Ground us. We got to find somewhere in the middle here, man. Bring us somewhere in the middle.
All right, I'll take a different approach here, and I've said this on my show. I actually, not hopium, but I have a little hope on the way they operated this offseason. I think they came back to earth and kind of operated like a good, functional organization. They drafted really well. They got younger. Not only younger, but more younger and physical up front. They didn't trade away draft picks. They didn't give irresponsible contracts out. So I think they settled down, and they actually did the right thing this offseason. It actually gives me hope. Going forward, whether there's a regime change or not, this as far as the field, the team on the field, I kind of have a hard time with this team. Kind of, if they won 7 games, I wouldn't be surprised. If they won 11, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of variables that play for me. The front 7, I think, is going to be the key. The pass rush, how dominant are they? If that is a top 5 in the league, they could surprise people. If it's not as good, if the running game, they got to establish an identity, a more physical running game, starting with implementing the young offensive lineman in Savianaya and Patrick Paul on the left side, and then Ollie Gordon to bring that different dimension. So there's a lot of variables. How good is Jason Marshall Jr. in the slot? Is the secondary at least play to an average level good enough? So there's a lot of variables for me with this team. And I agree with everybody's point here. Mike McDaniel is the one who's definitely on the hot seat. Greer as well. I think they're a package deal, but Mike really has got to have a season where they get in the playoffs and they win a game. But I am hopeful of how they operated, and if they continue on this trend, I think this draft, Jason mentioned it, from top to bottom, is one of the better ones they have. They're going to have probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 contributors, and I think this is a good way. Unfortunately, for Greer and McDaniel, this is the draft they should have had first year, or especially for Greer, first year of the rebuild. That's the kind of draft you want to get on. So for me, it might be too little too late for them, but I'm optimistic, Steve and Sammy, of, hey, this draft right here can set them up going forward if they continue on the plan, even if the regime changes.
You took the words right out of my mouth there, that it may be very likely too little too late.
Yeah.
We're sitting down and having a drink with a friend last night, Shari and I, and the question came up, do we really think it was actually, I'll make this fast because I got to make a final point here before we jump. But the question was, can Tua be the next?
I guess not here yet, so you can talk it out.
Okay, well, our next, does Tua have it in him to be the next left-handed quarterback to win a playoff game? And you really had to rack our brains as to who the last left-handed quarterback was to win a playoff game. So anybody feel free to interrupt me here as we're going through this. But my thing was, if they don't do it this year, I don't think that he does it all. And my reasoning behind that is because they don't do it this year, McDaniel's gone. and then Tua's caught in a rebuild. 2026 comes along, and I think he ends up getting recycled out. Maybe he does it for a team that's not in Miami, but I think that it is too little too late. You look back with that hindsight being 2020, but it wasn't hindsight for me. I wanted in 2021 draft, I needed Creed Humphrey snapping the ball to Tua. And that bastard moved up to get Liam Eichenberg, and like 30 picks later, Creed Humphrey went off the board to the team that just keeps on getting richer and richer and richer. So, but anyway, Sammy, I just real quick, I wanted to say something because I feel like, I thought about this, that yes, it's a prove it all or nothing year for this regime. Greer built it. McDaniel was the architect behind different things of what Greer had to do to get it. We can blame so many different things, losing your gone. And I feel like we have a really good time on this podcast. And I feel like the majority of the content creators and podcasters out there like to really be positive. But I feel like it's our responsibility when we see stuff to call it out for the bullshit that it really is. And I'll say this right now. Last week, I was disgusted to my core when Chris Greer was talking up on stage, and he pulled back the curtain a little bit to show the type of hate that he gets as one of 32 people in this world. One of 32 people can call themselves a general manager, and you got some fat turds sitting down in their parents' attics or basements hammering stuff out to these people like they know what they're doing. Well, newsflash, you don't. Yes, we are all passionate. Some of us more than others. We all love our Dolphins. That is indisputable. We're all tired of falling short of expectations, and we're tired of never winning those playoff games. Yes, it is right now. But it's never okay to be racist. It's never okay to wish harm upon somebody else over the sport that they play or that they manage. And in the case of Chris Greer, it is never, 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 and I want to be clear here, never okay to wish harm, or in this case, death by cancer upon someone's children because you don't like the way that they manage a team's roster and overall personnel. Whoever it is, whether it's one person that did it, it's 100 people that does it, it doesn't matter. You're disgusting, and you should be ashamed. To the rest of the Dolphins world out there, when you see and hear this type of stuff, it is up to you to be the change, to be the person that stops this kind of shit that happens. You see it, you hear it, call people out on it. It's only when reprehensible actions are met with silence when they become acceptable. And I'm not going to be silent about it. And nobody should be. We're all fans, but we can't be those types of fans, and we can't support that.
Absolutely. Well, we wait for our fans, you guys, to get here. Jason, I want to know your thoughts. Yeah, it's a sport. It's a sport we love. We love the Dolphins for sure. But to have someone to take a shot at Chris Greer like that about his kids, that's really reprehensible. I want to know your thoughts, because Chris Greer, he could have stay quiet about it, but he was honest. He was bringing to the light about what happened to him. I want to know your thoughts, Jason.
Well, Steve, you hit the nail on the head. It is, deplorable, reprehensible, and unfortunately, that is social media. You have a lot of keyboard warriors out there who could hide behind a fake avatar, a fake name, and to make themselves feel better about whatever is going on in their lives, they have to take a shot at people. Everyone on this channel, on this show, are terrific human beings. But I can't say the same for everybody in this community or even every content creator out there. There are certain folks who make their brand on slandering others for sport. We are talking about a game and a sport within the same community, and we're all rooting for the same logo. So when there is animosity, when there is fights, infighting, to me, it is some of the most egregious nonsense. So Steve, you made a perfect point, and I just really want to build on that because some of us have dealt with it, unfortunately, and I'm tired of it. Because even when this team will win and win a Super Bowl, those people aren't going to change. So unfortunately, that's just part of what this comes with. All right. So for those out there who maybe think it's them that I'm talking about, chances are you're right. So if you're a good person out there and that's how you decide to bring your brand out into public, keep on going. And if you're not, well, to each their own, but it ain't right.
Correct.
Absolutely. George, what are your thoughts? Because it was reprehensible what happened to Chris Greer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, when I heard that, I was even surprised that he mentioned it. The Greer usually doesn't do this kind of thing. That I've heard some people say he shouldn't have, whatever. I come down to is bottom line is I think it's a good thing he mentioned it because it's bringing on shows like this and other shows, myself and other people. It's a topic we're bringing up, and Jason mentioned it. It's not just this is what happens on social media. This is what happens on X. It's people take shots at people and not knowing the severity of what really people are going through, and for anybody to do that, I mean, it's unthinkable. I can imagine somebody sitting behind a keyboard, and just because you don't, and I haven't been the biggest Chris Greer fan, I could hate Chris Greer in every move. My worst enemy, I wouldn't want. My worst enemy, I wouldn't wish that on. And I just think it's I think the one positive about it gets us talking about it. Maybe it'll get people to realize, hey, this isn't cool. Let's fix this.
100%.
Adrian, before we go with a special guest within the lobby, Armando Segura just joining us. Adrian, what are your thoughts about what happened to Chris Greer? Reprehensible that someone would wish harm not only himself but his kids. I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah, man. Trash people. We all have kids, I believe. So, I mean, someone talk about your kids. You're ready to do some very violent things to that person. I don't know about y'all, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, man, it's messed up that we got to deal with this. But it comes, like you said, it comes with the territory. You're always gonna have those people, no matter what. And you just gotta kind of like push it to the side. But like Steve said, call it out, man. Call them people out.
Yep. When people are silent about it, then they think it's okay. Show them that it's not. And I'm about ready to bring Shari over here so she can sit next to me because her camera wasn't working because I know she wants to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, couples on camera.
Armando's
Yeah,
almost ready. I want to know what.
get close, guys.
Behave, guys. Behave. This is a big show.
It's a family show.
Your husband and wife, but that doesn't allow you to do stuff
Yeah.
over there. So stop it.
Dishes.
Well, hi. I don't know
Hey,
what
there
you're
it is.
my hey.
Get up there.
So on my computer, I can see myself and I can hear myself. So I've been talking to myself, agreeing with myself. I could not agree more with the entire scope of this conversation, and I want everyone to remember that silence is complicity. Please, if you see something, say something. It goes in all aspects of life. But if one person thinks that this is acceptable and nobody says it isn't, then they believe they are right. So it is perfectly acceptable to call someone out like that. And it doesn't have to be wishing them harm because then you're no better. Just tell them to take a step back, really think about what they're saying, and maybe we can come up with something really awesome to say that is a code that makes everybody know to shut the fuck up. So I'm going to head back to my desk, and maybe before it's my turn to talk again in another segment, I'll figure out
can
what's
get this
happening.
figured
Absolutely. So our special guest is here. So let's go to our special guest, Armando Segura.
All right.
Hey, Armando,
Wow.
welcome back to Fins TV.
Armando.
My goodness, that was like some production value right there. Much
Just for you, my
undeserved,
brother.
might add.
That's just for you, hermano. How you doing, Armando? Welcome back.
I'm doing good. Everybody all right?
Doing great.
My co-host
Great.
Steve Hallett, the Fins TV crew, our guests are in the lobby watching your interview. Mando, lucky for us, your season preview dropped today. We had a chance to see your season preview. You had the Dolphins at 8 and 9. I want to start there. What are your thoughts? Why you had the Dolphins at 8 and 9? There's so many. Mike Flory today said that the 28th ranked team in the league. So I want to know your thoughts about the Dolphins in 2025.
Yeah, you're killing me. I had them at 9 and 8.
At 9 and 8. I'm sorry. I have it at 8 and 9. You have it at 9 and 8.
That could be the difference between
The
8
playoffs
and
are
9
up.
and 9 and 8 could be the difference between Mike McDaniel 2026 and somebody else 2026.
Absolutely.
So there's that. But
Yeah.
look, I think we all have eyes, and I think the Buffalo Bills didn't graduate anybody, and they still have the best quarterback in the division, and he takes every snap. Did I mention that he takes every snap? That's kind of important. And so, yes, he is available and he is very good. And the Miami Dolphins have the next best quarterback in the division, and he's very good, but he's not always available. And to count on him being always available is fool's gold, in my opinion. Beyond that, you got everybody knows the situation with the secondary. Minka Fitzpatrick is the shiny object that everybody's going, ooh, Minka. But then you start talking about the cornerbacks and everybody's like, oh my God. So there are issues with that team unless they just, suddenly find a way to hide the fact that it's a passing league and everybody decides to run 50 times a game instead.
Absolutely.
So Armando, I get the sense that a starting quarterback being available is a big thing. Yes? I mean,
Yes.
I'm catching a theme here. Okay. All right. No, I definitely agree with you. No, I definitely agree with you. Originally from Western New York and a bunch of family members that are ardent Bills fans, I feel the pain in this. And you can't help but acknowledge the fact that a quarterback that has that type of talent, who is consistently and constantly available, is definitely better than the one that has, in my opinion, some traits that are one of one in the league. But if he's not available to use them all the time, then it really doesn't matter as much.
And the problem with that last sentence is that there's nothing you can do about it. Because if we were to watch the way that Tua plays and decide, well, the reason that he's been unavailable in the past is because the offensive line has been terrible, the pass protection has been terrible, yada, 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 a million things, the running backs can't pass protect. You address those and hopefully fix the problem. There have been moments where we're not seeing, a couple of years ago, wasn't it against the Bills where Tua gets pushed?
Yes.
And, he had that moment where it was the concussion. Let's face it.
That game, yes.
Right. That was weird. And then the following week against Cincinnati, it was the following Thursday, I believe, against Cincinnati.
Yes.
That was not one of those hits where you go, oh my God, that is, what's going on there? I mean, I've seen 5'10" Kyler Murray get hit from behind where his helmet pops off. He goes down with the guy behind him, driving him into the ground, face plants into the ground without a helmet, and he played the rest of the game, and he played next week, and he played the following week. And Kyler Murray is, also one of those guys that is often unavailable, but that hit would have knocked Tua out for the decade. And I'm just looking at, unfortunately, what I've seen, and it's not something that you can say, this is the year he definitely won't. 2023 was a year that he definitely didn't, and it was great. And then last year,
Well, it was great until it wasn't. We can get into that. That's a totally different conversation because I think the reason that it wasn't is more to the credit of Coach McDaniel, and he just didn't evolve his game, and while the rest of the league caught on to what he was doing. But to the point of Tua and his availability, lack of availability, and his injuries, you can contend that a lot of the injuries aren't even a product of a poor offensive line construction around him. He's putting himself in a position. Last year, the offensive line didn't throw him into Hamlin's leg head first. When he throws an interception or the ball gets fumbled, a lineman isn't chucking Tua in front of the guy returning the ball head first at the guy's knees. Tua is putting himself in these positions, which in 2023 he didn't as much, and I think that has a lot to do with why. Yes, the offensive line is a problem. I've been on that for a very, very long time. I think everybody has. But I think Tua puts himself into situations where he is putting his own availability in jeopardy too haphazardly.
Well, I mean, that's basically what I said. You said it more articulately, but
Oh, no.
that's basically what I said.
I wanted to make sure we're in this. Okay, I agree. I wasn't trying to. I see what you're saying. I get it. Okay.
I'm blaming, in other words, I'm not blaming the pass protection that you can address. I'm not blaming the offensive line, which they should have addressed 10 years ago.
Yes.
And I'm not blaming those things. There's no reason or rhyme why he sometimes, suffers the injuries that he suffers.
Yeah, fair.
Absolutely. Mando, you've seen everything from Don Shula to every single head coach since Don Shula until now. Mike McDaniel is different. Mike McDaniel thinks, if you ask me, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. But do you think there's a chance that Mike McDaniel can change? Everything he's done until now, he's been a player's coach, he's been loose, he's been, he's just living another day until death, like he said recently. So do you see there's a possibility of Mike McDaniel? Steve and I have talked too many times about Mike McDaniel changing his ways or not. Do you think he's capable of changing his ways? What's your opinion about that?
Well, so a small disagreement there. I don't think that Mike McDaniel thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, even though he normally is the smartest guy in the room. I mean, I dealt with Cam Cameron, who thought he was and wasn't. And so I think I know this guy McDaniel is like a tortured genius, with the beaker and the chemistry set and making some offense, and that's great. The problem is that I do not believe that a leopard can change its spots. I do not believe that if one of the things that football coaches around the NFL for decades have said is one of the reasons that they're successful is because they're true to themselves and they're authentic. And if they're not, people see through them and just turn it off. People saw through Joe Philbin. He tried to be like this tough guy, and and let me explain Joe Philbin's fake personality. Back in the day, Joe Philbin era was when they had the water challenge, the ice bucket challenge.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yes.
So the Dolphins decided, hey, let's have Joe Philbin do the ice bucket challenge. And after practice one day, they bring out this cheerleader and TV and a bucket, and they ask, they have a couple of people doing the ice bucket challenge. And then Joe Philbin was standing right next to me. And so they're like, okay, Coach Philbin, your turn. And then he turns to me, he goes, why am I doing this? And then he walks over and he acts like he loves the ice bucket challenge, right? So what that told me is this guy is fake. He is a total fake. And I think that the players figured that out. In fact, I know that the players figured it out when he went and got into a tuxedo and he did the whole, the band thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. And everybody in the Dolphins organization was going, oh, Joe Philbin is one of the guys. He's winning over his players. No, he was being a fake. That wasn't really Joe Philbin. That's not what he was about. And so as it pertains to Mike McDaniel being a hard ass is not who he is. And if now he is intent on doing that, it will come across as inauthentic. NFL players are not stupid. They understand and they know how they're being A, treated, B, what they're seeing, C, what the results are. And so I gotta say to you, it might work when things are going good, but NFL seasons very rarely go good from start to finish. Even in 1972, it didn't happen for the Miami Dolphins. They lost their starting quarterback for whatever number of games. There is problems afoot in every team's NFL season. And when those problems hit the Miami Dolphins in 2025, I don't see Mike McDaniel being the tough guy. Follow me, rah rah. Let's really hit this week, and that's not who he is. And so the change, I'm not buying it.
So, okay, fair. And I totally agree that the players would see him being a hard ass, like you said, follow me to the top of the mountain. That's just not who he is. But if there are performative or performance type metrics that he can be gauged against, is he capable of changing those things that do have an impact on the game, on the field? Play clock management, challenge flag management, certain things that seem to plague him and put our team behind the eight ball of our own doing, not because we're playing a superior team. We handicap ourselves right off the bat. Do you think he's capable of changing those things in year 4?
Sure. Those are learned things. And that's game management. That's what that is. Unfortunately, that is a learned skill that is hard for play callers to grasp sometimes. Even Andy Reid, who was among the best play callers like ever, okay, and a great so-called offensive coordinator, he decided, I'm not doing this anymore because I need to manage the game. And so he has offensive coordinators that actually call plays. And yeah, he calls some of the plays, but he doesn't call all of the plays because he's managing the game. Mike McDaniel calls all of the plays. Adam takes all of the plays. And sometimes you lose the other stuff. How many of you guys were freaking out when the defense is on the field and Adam Gase is on the bench with the quarterback, or back there talking to the quarterback, not paying attention to the game? It's hard to be both. And most coaches that are really successful, they realized it. Like Nick Sirianni, he's a great offensive coach, but he decided, I'm not doing this anymore.
Absolutely. Yep. We want to thank the over 4,834 watching on all platforms with Armando Salguero, NFL senior writer for Outkick and Hall of Fame voter. Armando, at the end of the day, do you think 9-8 will be enough for the Dolphins to get to the playoffs? Fingers crossed, because that's sure a toss. So every single team can make the playoffs in the AFC by now, but
right.
It's hard.
I mean, I can look. I know, and I'm going to be very frank with you, and I'm not going to be the stupid pundit that tells you no, 9-8 will sneak into the third, into the third spot. No, I don't know. None of us know. I don't even know that they're really going to go 9-8 because I don't know what the freaking future is. But I can tell you this. I can tell you that the Dolphins are vying for a wild card spot because they are not beating the Buffalo Bills to the division championship. That is not, I don't want to say it's not close anymore, because a few years ago it was close. I remember, didn't the Dolphins win like a game like 22-21 or something? And then the Bills, the next time they won it like by 2 points. And then in the playoffs, they won it by 2 more points or something. They played.
Combined difference was like 3 to 5 points. Yeah.
Right. Yes. They played 3 games, and the difference between the two teams was, like you mentioned, Steve, 3 to 5 points. Not even 5 points. Yes. If those two teams play 3 games, we're not talking 3 points anymore. We're not talking 5 points anymore. The Bills have kind of pulled away, and they're on a different plane right now. The Dolphins are in like tier B, and the Bills and the Chiefs teams like that, they're in tier A, and it's not that close between the two.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask one more question here. I think we clearly know Armando, and thank you again for joining us. This has been really good. But we know the reason why the Dolphins could falter down to only 5 or 6 wins, and that's if Tua gets hurt again. We have to watch Agent Zero, Zach Wilson, take the field. What's the reason why, other than a 2008 anomaly where the leading quarterback in our division goes down in week 1 and doesn't take another snap, why is the reason, or what is the reason that Miami could win 10 or 11 games in 2025?
They have a lot of talent on offense. They have a lot of speed that's hard to account for. They have an untapped resource in their running game that for whatever reason they use sometimes, but then they kind of get away from because there's this love for, the space age stuff. And I would say to you, it's over, too much love for the space age stuff. It's good to kick your opponent's ass sometimes. Just do it without having to, it looks better to throw 60-yard, yak plays that go crazy and everybody's, feeling like they've got this great, team that is newfangled and they put 70 points on the Denver Broncos. But in December and in January, when it's important to be tough, to be physical, to not give a crap about what the other guy thinks he is, you tell him what he is and you convince him what he is, and you don't do it with the finesse. You do it by bloodying his nose, and you do it by making him feel like his will has been taken from his body. And the Bills do that. Believe it or not, the Chiefs do that. The Eagles they're the best at doing that. Yep. There's a reason that those teams stand up late in the season, and the Miami Dolphins, for whatever reason, late in the season or against so-called bullies, they take a knee. And it's hard we're getting back to the whole, can you change your stripes? I don't know that you can. If everybody's not committed, starting with the guy calling the plays, I don't know that you can.
And we've said that, Samuel, last year. There is something very, very sexy about being the team that demoralizes your opponent. And there is very little that's more demoralizing than them, you chipping and chipping and chipping away down the field, and they can't get you off the field. And it gets down to 3rd and 5, and you still convert. And you get down to 4th and 1 like Philadelphia, and they can't get off the field, and they convert with it. Like, that was perfect, Armando, that they are masters at demoralizing their opponents because you can't get them off the field, and that is what wins late in the season. 100%.
I saw the Dolphins a lot last year. It's 2nd and goal from the 1, and they're in shotgun. Yes. What? Are you serious right now? And they're throwing the ball, and it's 3rd and goal, and they're in shotgun, and they're 4th and goal, and they're in shotgun, and I'm thinking, this is not a serious team, because serious teams. What do the Philadelphia Eagles do if it's 3rd and goal from the 1?
Touch push. Get up and
drive it. They run the ball in for a touchdown.
And if it doesn't work on 4th down, they do it again. Yep.
They don't ask Jalen Hurts to throw. And arguably, the Eagles wide receiver core is outstanding, right? I mean, They are great. Devontae Smith, great. Exactly, great. They have a good tight end. You guys may or may not know, I really do appreciate tight ends in the red zone.
Yes. Lucas is not in the red zone. Yes, we know.
But they're going to run the ball. Yep. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to run the ball. or
Yes.
Andy Reid is going to do like a ballet thing in the backfield, and they're all going to shift at the same time, and then they're going to run the ball.
Absolutely.
He may put a lot of bells and whistles around it, and it ends up being a run the ball play. So I want to see. I think I saw it in the preseason a little bit. The preseason is not real, as everybody knows. Let's see it happen in the regular season.
Correct.
Absolutely. Mando, we want to thank you. You're a friend of the show. You know how much I appreciate you. We usually say that if the Dolphins play the players, you're going to be back. I don't think you're going to see you back this season, but I appreciate you, Mando. We love you at Fins TV. You're great. You're forever part of the Fins TV family. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we'll find a way to see you during the season again.
Anytime, folks. I appreciate you guys. All the
Thank
best.
you, Armando. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Mando. So, guys, great talk with Armando about the state of the Dolphins. The guy, I'm gonna say it. He's a friend of the show. I have a chance to sometimes interact with Mando, and I'm gonna defend it to the grave because Mando is still. I'd say he still has more sources inside the building than all the others combined. And, he's probably as accurate as ever as his take with the Dolphins. So, well, let's go to. We have some. I want to say to hi to some people in the comments because we had a chance to have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Cosa Nostra's here, of course. Luke from Dade. Good evening.
No.
Gloria. Hi, Gloria. Those guys gonna be fine. Sean Stanley retweeted. He watched the stream, so I appreciate it. Guy Brewer. I wonder what was that about. The problem, reprehensible problem. We were talking about Chris Greer.
Yep.
So let's go straight to the over under segment. I guess she's sharing the lobby, but I cannot see her. Maybe she's frozen or something. But Shari's over there, so it's over under. It's the same over under we've done every single year for the past 3 years because it still works. So I'm gonna start right away with Steve. Steve, over under Tua Tagovailoa 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns. Over under, Steve.
Okay, do not shoot the messenger here. This is just a gut feeling. I'm going under. I'm putting him more closer to about 2,950 yards and 19 touchdowns because I don't think he plays a full season.
Jason, over under Tua 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns.
I mean, look, it's 15 games he got to get to if he's even going to sniff that. So I'll lean that he's just going to go over because if you look at his per game average and you multiply it by 15, he should get there. Now, the touchdowns, look, we're wanting a more powerful component to this team, which tells me I'd love to see more rushing touchdowns. So if we're looking for 30 touchdowns, I'm going to go slightly under 27, 28, maybe even 29, but I'm not going to hit that 30 mark because I'd like the scoring to come on the ground as well.
How about you, George? Over under Tua 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think if he's fully healthy, he goes over that. But if you're going on average, he plays 14, 50 games. I'm going to go under slightly because I do think they're going to try to establish the run more. And as far as, so I'll go 36, 3,700 yards and touchdowns under 27, 28 around what Jason says. I think they're going to lean a little bit more into the run, and especially the way, depending on defense is playing them. So I'll go slightly under on both.
Shari, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sure perfectly. Over under, Shari, 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns for Tua.
Way under, because I don't see a universe where he plays that many games this year. I just don't. So I'm considerably under. I would be close on touchdowns even with a lot less games because I do think that that's a possibility. I think you don't have to see the yards to have the touchdowns. And just to briefly touch real fast, because it was driving me nuts when Armando was talking and you guys were talking about the long, it's exciting and it's sexy to see the 60-yard bomb. Tom Brady, who I hate to even put that name in my mouth, averaged 4.9 yards in the air. That's not yak. That is His average pass was just under 5 yards from where he started the throw. It doesn't have to be. It's fun. It's exciting to see a 60-yard bomb. We always have people over. We jump out of our seats. We scream. We hoot. We holler. And a couple times a game, you have to take that shot. But if you can move the ball 5 yards every time you touch it, that is every time you have the ball, you're moving it down the field and scoring. That's what I'm looking for. I just don't think Tua is going to be healthy for it.
How about you, Adrian? Tua, over under 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns.
I agree with George. I think just because of the running game, hopefully they implement the running game more this year. I don't think he's going over either. But also, the injury we definitely could see Tua out for a couple games. But I'm gonna go with the running game because of the running game. He doesn't go over either one.
Okay, so let's go to the next. Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna start with Jason. Over under Tyreek Hill, 1,300 yards.
Under, and why I'm saying it's so loud and boisterous now is because the Dolphins have 6 wide receivers in their room. Their second is Jalen Waddle. I would like them to both have 1,100 yards, and their third and fourth and fifth receiver are better than their third and fourth and fifth receivers in the last 5 years. So I want to spread the wealth out, and I don't think Tyreek should be saying, I'm going for 2,000, I'm going for 3,500 after pulling himself out of a game in the last game of the year and then double and tripling down on post-game comments saying, he's out, goodbye, oh, I changed my mind. I'm extremely adamant about spreading it out, and I don't want to hear about even close to 2K. Never happened before, probably never will.
Absolutely. Yours, Mr. Fins Faithful. Talk to me, brother. Over under Tyreek, 1,300 yards.
I'm gonna go under for a couple reasons. First of all, they gotta figure out a way to get the big play back in the offense here. It's been gone for a year and a half. That's first of all. And second of all, is he gonna be here the whole year? If they start off 2-5, he might not be here. So, but even if he's here a whole year, I think Jalen Waddle's. I think you're seeing the changing of the guard a little bit to Jalen Waddle. Ideally, like Jason said, both of them around 1,100 yards. I'll go under, slightly under.
How about you, Shari? Over under Tyreek Hill, 1,300 yards.
Under as well, because I don't know if Tua is going to be available to toss him the ball that often. So I'm going under just based on the fact that I don't know what's going to happen to this team when Tua's not playing. So I have very little faith. I told you when we started this podcast, and you couldn't see me, but you could hear me. I don't have a lot of faith in what's going to go on this year. So yes, I got a little John Cena going on. I don't have faith in it. So I'm not going to give anybody the over on anything right now until I have been proven otherwise. And I know that by then I'm not doing an over under, but I'm a pessimist this year. I don't care for it, but I am.
Talk to me, Steve. Over under Tyreek Hill, 1,300 yards.
I'm going under on it for a couple reasons. First of all, he's already shown that he is breaking down physically. We don't know what version of Tyreek Hill we're going to even get week 1 against the Colts. That oblique injury, soft tissue injuries, muscle injuries, they can flare up and they can continue to cause problems. But I'll lean more towards the Jason Sarney positivity side of this, that there are a lot of targets to spread this around to it. And you see this when a backup quarterback comes in. Who gets the passes from the backup quarterback?
Everybody in the second team, because they're getting the
people
reps in
from the
practice.
second team. It's the people that they have that rapport with. Skylar Thompson comes in. He's not throwing it to Tyreek Hill. He's throwing it to the guy that he could chuck it to on the backup squad. So yeah. So I think that regardless of who is in at quarterback, I think that we have a lot of targets. Preseason, we saw what the Washington brothers are going to be able to bring to this team, and I'm excited to see that. And I really hope we see Waddle get I want to see Waddle get more yards than Tyreek. There, I said it. And because of that, I'm going under.
Well,
I said what I said.
Let's go to the big one. Over under Miami Dolphins 2025, 8.5 wins, and I want Steve to go last, so I'm gonna start with Adrian. Adrian, over under.
Ooh. Over. Just over. I think we're gonna find a way, man. I think we're gonna find a way to get 9 wins at least. So I'm gonna go over. Yeah, with or without too, I think we'll get 9 wins.
How about you, George? Over under 8.5 wins for the Dolphins.
I'm with Adrian there. Just a touch over. I'll go 9 wins. But it wouldn't surprise me either way, but it's a good number. But I'll go 9 wins. I'll go just a tick over.
How about you, Jason? Over under 2025 Miami Dolphins, 8.5 wins.
Been saying 9. I'm going to stick to it. You got to love that 0.5 because they're going to just clear it.
Yeah.
Just by that much. How about you, Shari? Over under 8.5 wins.
I'm going to shock the whole group here and say way under. I was asked last night what my number was, and it was 6. And I'm standing by that unless they show me otherwise. And I'm going in with this realism, with this realistic approach this year because my heart has been decimated for decades. And I want to soften this, cushion this blow. Surprise me, blow me out of the water. I'm in for it, and I'll admit it. I'll admit I was way off, but look, we got to get there first.
Shari with some thugonomics. Bring it the heat. Steve, over under 8.5 wins for the Dolphins.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to channel our buddy Matt Armstrong, who, again, we're thinking about you. We really wish you could be here, but no matter what, we are thinking about you. For Matt's sake, we are going 17-0 because that's what Matt does, Mr. Perfect. We are going. Don't you shake your damn head, Adrian. 17-0 is that's what Matt said. Okay. My prediction is we are going to win 10 less than that. We are only going to win 7 games this season.
Oh boy,
that went down 1 from last night.
I thought I was the prophet of disaster, and I have it an 8, or I have it a 7 too. What am I saying? I had them at 8, but now I have it at 7. So we'll see. Hopefully we're all wrong, and the Dolphins find a way to sneak in.
100%.
Listen, if this roster, that starting lineup, if it was healthy all year, they're capable of 9 wins, maybe 10. But that's the problem. We know they're not going to be healthy. So
what's up, George?
Yeah, I just want to jump in. If Steve's right and Chevy's right and Sammy, we'll be seeing a new head coach, new quarterback, a new general manager.
Yep.
100%.
But
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong.
With a really good job. So with a really
I don't want. Well, no, because we'll find a way to screw it up at the very end, and we'll end up with like the 8th pick. We always do
New
that.
regime.
That's the Dolphins. Absolutely.
New regime.
But,
We'll get somebody good.
Sure. But I do think that this team is capable of winning more. But again, I got to go back to it. The zebra doesn't change the stripes. McDaniel doesn't leverage the run the way that he can and he should. So we won't do those types of things. He won't manage the clock in the play calling the way that he should. So we are not going to do it. But then you have the reality that injuries happen. We are not going to go in to week 10 the same team we are on week 1. And I just 7 wins.
I want to say
We
one
need
thing,
that
George,
little
to
bit
your-
of luck.
Oh, yes. George, to your point,
little bit?
I think even at 9 wins, without a playoff win, we see a different coach next year.
Coach, yeah, I agree with you, Coach. If he on the quarterback and the GM,
Oh,
but
for sure.
Coach, yeah, I agree with you. He is of all 3. He's definitely the one that needs to have a playoff season, the playoff win. Agreed.
Well, we locked into Tua's money, right? Tua's
Till
money.
2026, right?
Yeah.
they're locked into everything. There's not going to be any changes, so we'll see what happens. So next, the Dolphins play the Indianapolis Colts. Bring it, Steve. Bring it. Keep dancing. We have two special guests in the lobby, but I want to take your thoughts about this Sunday's game, the season opener. The Colts have not won a home opener in, like, I don't know how many years. Probably some of you guys know it, 15, 20 years. I don't know. It's not being a long, long time. So this is so Dolphins that they go to Indianapolis and find a way to screw the game. But let's cross our fingers. So I'm going to go around the panel. Do you think the Dolphins pull it off? Adrian, do you think the Dolphins win on Sunday?
They better win, boy. Because if we lose to Daniel Jones and Xavier Howard starting, aged Xavier Howard starting on the other
Walker
end,
and
man,
Milton.
my win total is going to go to 0 if we lose this game for sure. But yeah, no, I think we'll do it. But we got to run the ball, man. We got to run the ball, keep Tua clean, obviously, and then front seven just get after Dan Jones. Don't let him throw the ball at all. That's it.
How about you, George? The Dolphins win on Sunday.
Yeah. Running game, defense will be the key for them there. And I'll go 24-16 Dolphins.
Ooh. I don't know why I have this feeling that the Dolphins never played well in the Dome, so we'll see what happens. Jason, what are your thoughts? Do the Dolphins win on Sunday?
I hate to completely repeat what George said, but absolutely defense and running the ball, old school kind of football. And what I would absolutely love to see is Ollie Gordon getting a little of that Raheem Mostert from 2023, have him be that kind of running back and get Achane more involved outside of the hash marks. Throw him the ball 7 or 8 times. He'll come down with 6 or 7 receptions if that's the case. And you know what? We'll know right away if this team means business on the road, if they're up by 4, 5, 6 points. 5 minutes left. Don't give the ball back to the defense. Let those big guys push a couple of first downs, move the chain, run it out. 21-17.
Ooh, nice. How about you, Shari? By the way, the Dolphins are not favorites. They used to be underdogs in the game. The line when I moved, the Dolphins are 0.5 favorites now. How about you, Shari? What are your thoughts?
Which is that's actually okay. That's good because a home team usually gets 3. So it's a little more meaningful than that. But someone brought it to my attention today that it was a push up until recently. So even the people who know everything don't know what the hell's going to happen this weekend. I'm going to say this, and I'm surprised I'm the first person who's going to bring this up, but I'm going to say this. I think we win, but I really hope that injury isn't the reason in a close game we don't, because we have someone by the name of Riley Patterson kicking for us instead of Jason Sanders. This is an unknown variable. So if this is a tight game that comes down to a kick that isn't a gimme, we might find that we are being impacted by injury in week 1. So I think we're going to win, but I'm scared for a close game.
That 21, I usually love to throw a field goal 3 in my predictions. That's why I went with 21. 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Go for it, score some touchdowns.
Yep.
It would be such poetic justice that the Dolphins, after crapping so many fans crapping on Jason Sanders, it's why I keep missing a field goal because it's not there. How about you, Jason? Do you think the Dolphins win this game?
Man.
How about you? I'm sorry, Steve. Do you think the Dolphins win on Sunday?
I think the Dolphins definitely win this game. I think it's going to depend. How well they win is going to depend on whether or not Mike McDaniel is still trying to drive a 2023 model vehicle out on the field, or if he's actually going to come out with something fresh. Because if he rolls with what he did against the 2023 version of the San Francisco 49ers, we're going to get stopped with that stuff, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to come out looking to stop our passing game. We have the ability to go out there and change the narrative right from week 1. I don't think we're going to kick. I think he is going to be going for 2 a lot. I think we win 29-17. Two 2-point conversions, 2 misses, 29-17.
My dog agrees.
I want to bring 2 special guests who are in the lobby. Bobby Finstoff from FTSN and defending Big League champion Bearded Fanatic.
Oh, you
What's
see
going
that
on,
ring?
guys? What's
Give me
going
that
on, guys?
pen!
What's going on, guys?
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
I don't know why you guys are so close, but
I'm like, I want to show the shirt off, but I can't because I'm so close right now.
Oh, you're part. He's the champion, the part of the Fins TV. I don't know why. I tried to fix it. I don't know why. So I apologize for that. But it's something that the platform just goes crazy. I want to start Bearded. We want to talk with you during the big finish segment. We're still gonna do that, but I want to know your thoughts. Do you think the Dolphins at least win this Sunday?
I do think they win. I'm not as overconfident as Steve with this 29-17 double 2-point conversion plays there, but I think they do escape just because it is Daniel Jones. It is the Indianapolis Colts. I know we don't play fair up there. By the way, shout out to Cosa Nostra. Shout out to Lou from Dade. Haven't seen you guys in forever. But, I do think we escape with a win. I'm kind of more on Jason's boat, 21-18, around that frame. But, I think we escape with the dub.
Okay, I'm so tired of people guessing scores like it's a point spread. Cut the shit out. Own it. Everybody's like, we're going to win by like half a point. You can't win by half a point, assholes.
Shout out to What's up, Gloria?
Bobby, welcome to Fins TV. You're the beauty of Fins TV. I wanna thank you. We have some news. The Fins TV Plus is debuting this Thursday at 7 p.m. on FTSN. We're gonna have special guest, the 2023 Fan of the Year, Mer Johnson. She's gonna join us. We're gonna talk about behind enemy nines, what they're thinking about the Dolphins up there in Indianapolis, and what we think about the Colts over here. So thank you for joining us, Bobby.
No, thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys, Steve. Bearded, it's so good to see your handsome face, brother. How you doing, my man?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
Good to see you, brother.
I'm trying to get bearded,
I will tell you, listen, can I say one thing? Sammy is the Jerry Jones of podcasting. He just won't give me the big contract to sign on full time. That's all I gotta say. Steve apparently is taking all the money, so that's why there's not enough money for me. That's all I gotta say.
I just can't guarantee it. It's too much money. It's too much money.
Oh man,
I don't have that kind of money, bro. So I'm sorry about that. But hopefully we can find a way for you to join Fins TV during the season a couple of times. Bobby, you're doing a great stuff on FTSN. You have a lot of shows. I don't know how you do it. You and Jason Sarney are probably the two hardest working men on Film Station. We're gonna be joining. If you give me a second, Beard, I wanna do a change over here. I will go back to you during the last segment of the show. But let me hear right here, and there you go.
Shout out, True.
Shane. Bro, fix your camera. Eddie Chaput, my partner on FTSN. There you go. Eddie, welcome back to Fins TV. Eddie and I are gonna be on Thursdays on Fins TV Plus talking Colts. Eddie, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Dolphins win on Sunday? Let's go straight to the point.
I have no clue. How about
By the way,
that?
I'm sorry, Mr. Skinny, Eddie Chaput. What? He left behind like the part of himself out there. Man, you look great.
Thank you, sir. I really have no idea. I do not know what to expect.
It's this kind of a game. What are your thoughts, Bobby? Do you think the Dolphins win on Sunday?
Yeah, so for me, absolutely, I think they win on Sunday. I think they start off because I just have a feeling that they will. Last year, they did lose, right, to the Colts, 16-10, but that was with Tyler Huntley at quarterback, Anthony Richardson. H only had 77 yards. We're gonna have Tua, we're gonna have Tyreek, we're gonna have Waddle, we're gonna have Ollie with H. So yeah, I'm rolling 24-13 Miami.
All right, okay. See, there we go. We're not running some stupid point spreads. I like it, Bobby.
Now I feel better.
I was really close. I was this close with George there, 24-16, but he went 16. I went 24-13. So, but no, I like it. I think Miami's gonna win. It's not gonna be some big, blowout or anything like that. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a nail biter, but just win. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Just win, baby.
I need to wear my Victory Monday T-shirt. Is that too much to ask?
Hopefully we can wear the Victory Monday T-shirt. Bobby, what else you have on FTSN? We have also the pregame show this Sunday before the game.
Well, first off, I'm very excited to welcome just a part of Fins TV over to FTSN with Fins TV Plus with Sammy and Eddie. I'm very excited about having them on. And on Thursday nights, just what Sammy does, the production, everything he does is just amazing. So just to be partnering with him on that is just exciting. Just have a taste of that on FTSN. And then just Sammy joining the crew, me and Finstanza on pregame show.
Shout out Finstanza.
Yes, shout out to Finstanza up in Canada. Bringing on Sammy. At first, I think Finstanza was a little like, "Whoa, what are we adding? Are you demoting me?" I was like, "No, dude, you're gonna love Sammy." He's always in his feelings, And then he meets Sammy, and now he loves Sammy, and he's, he met him in Puerto Rico, and he wants to go to Miami to the Chargers game. So, now they're all best buddies. So I know I'm gonna get ganged up on, but it's gonna be a fun season on FTSN.
Can I have one question for you, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
Did you finally force him to buy the Jason Sanders jersey, the real jersey, mind you, not that fake thing they tried to do?
I don't think he did. I don't think he bought the real one.
Not a man of his word. Not a man of his word.
He still said he was buying the whole network watches. He's full of shit. He hasn't bought anything.
Fair enough.
So Bobby, I'm looking forward to seeing you all season during the pregame show. Eddie, see you on Thursday for Fins TV Plus. And Peter, stay with us because we're going to talk a little bit more about Pick and League on the big finish. So stay there, guys. We're gonna go back.
Bobby, Eddie, good seeing you guys. Take care.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Eddie. We'll talk to you, Beard, in a minute. Let's go to the big finish. For 5,728 in all platforms, we want to thank you. Please go to YouTube. The link is under the live stream on X. So please go to YouTube. Please subscribe. Help us out. Follow us on all social media platforms while we're here. Well, it's going to be a bumpy ride, guys, this season. I'm not going to lie. We might have a great season. We might have the toughest season of Fins TV ever. We've been lucky so far to have many great games, many great seasons. Even they have not been the greatest. It's been okay compared to the last 20 years. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm going to go before a little bit more to the comments before we go to Beard. Let me see if I can get that comment.
It's been pretty active in there.
Yeah, it's been very active. I don't want to leave the comments.
We appreciate everybody joining us and being active in the comments on YouTube.
Absolutely. Gloria saying, Manny, mijo. For life is the Cosa Nostra, of course.
Yeah.
Luke from Dave and 305 Sports Babes. They're part of the Pick and League, so it's so great. True Blazer, shout out to Bearded. Fistanza is in the house. Man, I can have my job. I quit on Sunday. Oh man, also Fistanza. I do not give predictions. I give spoilers. That sounds like someone I know. And let's see. No Sanders should tag and things. Thank you, Kat, for the best wishes. Let me see if there's something else. Fistanza, Cap. I'm not worth the wait. I had the opportunity to meet Evan Fistanza. He was on a cruise ship with his family in Puerto Rico. We spent a little bit more than an hour talking. He's a great guy, great family. We're looking forward to doing the pregame show with him. I had to find a way to convince Steve if he can relate for me some of those Sundays in the pregame show. I had to find ways if I can convince Steve to do some of the pregame shows because
I'll come along with you a couple times here.
Well, we'll have to negotiate if you can find a way for you to be there. So let me go straight.
You know how to reach me, brother.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Oh, right now, as you know, we're gonna have the second annual Fins TV Pick and League. Last year was a great success, but this time it's over 30 players, some of the most influential, best players in the from Frank the Tank to Antoine, who's at New York Daily, of course, Jason Sarney with USA Today, so many others, the best podcasters, all great people. The most important thing about that is that all great people. So let's talk a little bit about the Fins TV Pick and League.
Really looking forward to it this year.
Neon nights, the city's alive. Pick 'em dreams under the 305 sky. Touchdown thoughts, I'm feeling the vibe. Every choice could take me high. Who's got the eye? Who's got the streak? Who's calling plays like a champion peak? Week by week, it's more than a game. Glory's waiting, so remember the name. Fins up, lights down. Who's gonna wear the crown? Pick 'em right, don't let it slip. Miami Heat on every pick. Fins TV, it's do or die. We're chasing wins, no alibi.
Over 30 players that, I don't think we've ever seen something like in Fins Nation, a competition with over 30 players, over 30 podcasters, media contingency is gonna be huge for Steve.
I'm really excited. I don't want to hear any excuses from Adrian this year. You show up, you finish it. I don't want to hear it, man. I just stopped doing it because I missed a week. Dog, you still could have not cleared it off. But I'm really looking forward to it. And Sammy, I really appreciate the video you put together. It looks like you got Lionel Messi to be the DJ in the club.
I think so.
That was sharp, man. That was definitely sharp.
And we're joined back by defending Pick and League champion, Bearded Fanatic. Bearded, now we can see the shirt. Just show them the shirt, Bearded.
Now I can show it. Signed a 5-year deal for like 10 guest appearances a season. I'm excited.
Yes. Absolutely. He's getting all the monetized money we don't have. So thank you, Bearded, for joining Fins TV. Bearded, last season was a lot of fun. You find a way to win. Adrian was right behind your tail, and all of a sudden Adrian just, I don't know. Adrian, you're in the corner there. What happened last year, bro? Because you were
I forgot
right
to
behind
put in my
Jason
picks
Sarney was
one week.
also in the mix, and at the end of the day, Bearded will find a way to put over. What happened, Adrian? I don't want to happen to you, Adrian.
I forgot to put in my picks one week, man, and then he jumped up to a 7-game lead.
I will tell you this. Fins Sammy did give us updates about 4 times a week to put in our picks. So I don't want to hear excuses on why Bearded Fanatic won.
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
And again, that's a great reminder. The first game of the season is Thursday. So if you had not made your picks for this season, please go ahead and do it. Jake, I remember last year, I usually gave him a reminder every single one. And Jake said, I know, you remind me every week. I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. I think after that, that's a week Adrian basically forgot to do this pick. So I'm going to keep doing the reminders.
Yeah, what you got to say now, Bearded?
I don't got to say anything. Listen, I'm going to let my picks do the talking. I'm going to have a few 17-0 weeks because, I did that a couple of times last year. And listen, it's going to be, I'm going to be like Jordan. There's going to be like rings all up on these hands right here.
Show them the ring.
Oh, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that.
This year's going to be a gold ring, so it's going to be even better. So.
Oh, even better.
So you have some competition this year, Brita, so you better, you find a way to. The pressure's on you, bro.
We'll see.
So, Bearded, appreciate you. So glad for you to join us. Hopefully, we can find a way for you to join us this season. I know you're a very busy guy, so I appreciate you coming with us and joining the show.
Now that I moved to Orlando, I hope to run into Gloria and her crew that she has up here when they have road games, because I need somewhere to watch the games now.
Absolutely. So thank you, Bearded. We'll see you in the season. I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you.
You got it, guys. Have a great one.
Manny,
Good seeing you, Bearded. Good luck.
Great
scene for Bearded. Hopefully, can join during the season. So it was
okay, sorry, Adrian. Good luck, Adrian.
There you go.
It's gonna be so much fun. So we want to thank everybody watching in all platforms. We have 5,832 watching on all platforms, especially on X.
Impressive.
So I want to thank you all for joining Fins TV. Please go to under the live stream. There's the YouTube link. Please go over there. Please subscribe. Help out the Flagstone. For more information, Fins TV is still not completed. FinsTV.com is still not completed, but it's up and running. So for more info on the Fins TV crew, go visit FinsTV.com for more info. So guys, thank you. Hopefully we find a way to win on Sunday. Hopefully we have a huge week, a huge win, and we have a victory Monday, a victory Tuesday.
Victory Tuesday. That's what I'm looking forward to, brother.
You can wear your Victory Monday T-shirt on Tuesday, Steve.
Oh, I like that. that.
Let's do it. So always, guys, thank you. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, George, Adrian. I know you're probably almost time to go for you. I appreciate you picking time for us. Shari, I love you. You know how it is. It was a bumpy show, but we made it. Steve.
Sorry.
No, for you. I mean me. I'm the chaos over here. I'm pulling everything. So it happens. You did great. I'm the one who's still,
You're the best.
Steve,
Sammy.
Fingers crossed for the season. Let's see what happens.
Always, man.
No matter what, let's do the make out of it. So appreciate Armando Salguero for joining us. Please follow Armando at Armando Salguero on X. He has a book out there. So please, Adrian.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Big E, Ian.
Big E.
Just visit him this Sunday. He's in good spirits, man. Everybody keep sharing, showing love. Big E strong. All right.
Absolutely. On the bottom line, you can see the bottom line. There's a link for Ian's microsite. He's still looking for a donor. He started chemotherapy this last week. We all, pulling for him. We all, like I always say, Big E is our Fins Nation ambassador. He's done so many things for so many others. Now it's time for us to find a way to do something with Big E. So the address for the microsite is in the bottom. Hopefully we can find a way to find Ian a donor. So guys, I appreciate you. Love you all. So until next week, as always, no matter what, when you say Miami, you're always looking Super Bowl.
Fins up.
Fins up, y'all.
Fins up, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Fins TV. Please like and subscribe. Fins Up